from a small city-state on the Italian peninsula to an empire that would shape the course of Western civilization. The story of Rome is a tale of ambition, conquest, and innovation that still echoes through the centuries. Welcome to our journey back in time to explore the rise and fall of the mighty Roman Empire. Our story begins not with emperors and legions, but with a legend. Romulus and Remus, twin brothers suckled by a sheep, founded a city on 7 hills in 753 BC. While shrouded in myth, this foundation story speaks to a core Roman value: destiny. From these humble, legendary beginnings, the Roman Republic was born. It wasn't an empire yet, but a society governed by the people, represented by the Senate and elected officials. This republic was built on law, order, and a fierce sense of civic duty. For nearly 500 years, the Republic expanded its influence, conquering its Italian neighbors and then turning its sights to the wider Mediterranean. The Punic Wars against Carthage were a defining moment. This series of conflicts saw legendary generals like Hannibal and Scipio Africanus clash in epic battles that stretched from the Alps to the plains of North Africa. Rome's ultimate victory left it the undisputed master of the Mediterranean, a sea they would come to call Mare Nostrum, our sea. This expansion brought immense wealth and power to Rome, but it also sowed the seeds of the Republic's downfall. The vast new territories were difficult to govern, and the wealth created a massive gap between the rich and the poor, leading to social unrest and political instability. Into this chaotic world stepped a man whose name is synonymous with Rome: Julius Caesar. A brilliant general and a masterful politician, Caesar conquered Gaul, modern-day France, adding vast territories to Roman control. His military successes made him incredibly popular with the people and his soldiers, but his ambition threatened the old guard of the Senate. Fearing his power, they ordered him to disband his army. Caesar's response: he led his legion across the Rubicon River, an act of open defiance that plunged the Republic into civil war. His famous words, "Alea iacta est," the die is cas mart, the point of no return. Caesar emerged victorious and declared himself dictator for life, effectively ending the Republic. But his reign was cut short when a group of senators, fearing he would become a king, assassinated him on the Ides of March 44 BC. His death, however, did not restore the Republic. Instead, it triggered another round of brutal civil wars. From the chaos, Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, emerged as the sole ruler. He was clever, cautious, and politically brilliant. Instead of calling himself king or dictator, he took the title Augustus, or the revered one, and presented himself as the restorer of the Republic. In reality, he had become Rome's first emperor, ushering in a new era, the Roman Empire. The reign of Augustus marked the beginning of the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. For over 200 years, the empire experienced unprecedented stability, prosperity, and expansion. It was a golden age. The Romans were master builders and engineers. They constructed an incredible network of roads, some of which are still in use today, connecting the vast empire from Britain to Mesopotamia. They built magnificent aqueducts that carried fresh water to their cities, allowing for public baths, fountains, and sanitation systems that were unrivaled in the ancient world. And of course, there were the architectural marvels, like the Colosseum, a grand amphitheater for gladiatorial games, and the Pantheon, a temple to all gods. With its breathtaking domed ceiling, Roman law became the foundation for many modern legal systems, emphasizing principles like innocent until proven guilty. Their language, Latin, evolved into the Romance languages of Tudor Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese. Roman legions, the most disciplined and effective fighting force of their time, secured the borders and maintained order. The empire became a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and religions, all connected by a shared Roman identity. Life in the empire was vibrant. Cities buzzed with commerce, politics, and social life. Citizens enjoyed public entertainment, while the elite indulged in lavish lifestyles. But even at its height, the empire faced challenges. Barbarian tribes constantly pressed on its frontiers. The sheer size of the empire made it difficult to manage, and the cost of maintaining its massive army was a constant drain on the treasury. After the golden age of the Pax Romana, a period of crisis began in the 3rd century. The empire was rocked by civil wars, economic collapse, and relentless invasions. A series of short-lived emperors, often rising from the military, fought for control, creating constant instability. In an attempt to save the sprawling state, Emperor Diocletian made a radical decision in 285 AD. He split the empire into two halves, the Western and Eastern empires, each with its own ruler. This was meant to make it more manageable. Later, Emperor Constantine the Great would move the capital of the empire from Rome to a new city he named Constantinople, in the wealthier and more stable East. Constantine is also famous for being the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity, a decision that would profoundly change the course of history and transform the empire from a pagan state into a Christian one. While the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, would thrive for another 1,000 years. The Western Empire continued to decline. The economy was in shambles, the military was overstretched and increasingly composed of non-Roman mercenaries, and the political leadership was often weak and ineffective. The final blow came in the 5th century. A series of invasions by Germanic tribes, such as the Goths and the Vandals, overwhelmed the Western Empire's defenses. In 410 AD, the city of Rome itself was sacked for the first time in 800 years, a psychological shock from which it never fully recovered. Finally, in 476 AD, the last Western Roman emperor, a young boy ironically named Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain. This event is traditionally seen as the end of the Western Roman Empire. But did Rome truly fall? In many ways, its legacy is so deeply embedded in our world that it never really vanished. Its laws, its language, its engineering, its architecture, and its ideas about government and citizenship have shaped the world we live in today. The story of the Roman Empire is a powerful lesson in both the heights a civilization can achieve and the complex forces that can lead to its decline. It remains one of history's most epic and influential chapters. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Roman Empire. If you found this fascinating, please like, share, and subscribe for more dives into history. Let us know in the comments which empire you'd like to see us cover next. See you in the next video.